Frozen in time. Chelsea, Canada's Songbird Stewart. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing, Wiz?
I'm here. I'm here. Why may I tell you that Wi-Fi fight with your Wi-Fi
Mine?
fighting you? No, no,
Oh,
you're good now. Yeah, you
okay,
should be
good,
good now. You can hear
good.
me clearly?
I can hear you just fine, yeah.
There you go. There you go. Listen, appreciate you and thank you for being on Wizology Show. Really, I know you sometimes have a busy schedule and thing, but you're here tonight and I really appreciate that. Thank you.
My pleasure, Wiz. You know I'm there for you anytime you need me, and vice
Listen, so
versa.
listen, what people don't know why I love Chelsea is because there's a little bit of biasness, of course, because I'm like her DJ sometimes when she actually calls me. This is one artist that actually calls me to say come DJ for me, and I feel so honored and special. And when you took me to when we was in front of the mayor, we met the mayor and we met all other sorts of government delegates and stuff like that. It was a special moment. And the trip to, where did we go? London? Was it
We went
London?
to London, yes, London, Ontario.
London. London, Ontario. Yes, London, Ontario. Yes, London,
London was what
Ontario.
I went to.
Right. Listen, um, I know you can't say, but I've been upset ever since. But we'll get why I'm upset. Not at you. I'm upset at the system. But you've been doing this for so long, and without any awards or anything like that, you've just been doing what you do so smoothly and so naturally. How has the system embodied, you think the system has embodied you? How do you feel about it?
Well, we all know race plays a factor, you know. Systematic racism is real, and out here in Canada, it's not just in America. But we just have to keep on pushing, you know. I always try not to focus on the negative. I just focus on what I want to do, what my goals are, and I speak them into existence, and I just work hard and make them happen, you know. I
Yeah,
know you
yeah,
said we came here to talk the truth, but that's just what it is. I can't even dwell
it is.
on, you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100. It is what it is. When did you realize that singing was the entity for you? When did you realize that? How did it all start for you?
Well, okay. My mom used to play a whole bunch of music in the house, all different types of music, like jazz, reggae, pop, gospel, and I was just majorly influenced by everything she was playing. And then my mom's a poet, so we used to live in Montreal, and she used to put on a poetry show called Soul Shack. So I was about like 5 years old, maybe younger, and I would see my mom up on stage performing her poems and different vocalists in the city and instrumentalists. And it was just a really, really beautiful thing to witness as a child. And I thought, I want to do that one day. I want to be on stage and sing for people and feel how I'm feeling in the audience, you know? So it was very inspiring at a young age. And I said, yeah, that's what I want to do. And I never gave up on that dream. I started to sing in school talent shows. I sang in church every now and then. And then I went to Mayfield Secondary School, where it's a school of arts. And I studied jazz there, and I learned classical music. I started to sing like Italian arias. So it was really cool. I got to, yeah,
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Something I didn't
yeah.
know.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I just studied music all throughout. And then when I went to college, I went to Humber and I studied jazz there too. So it's just been music and my education alone because I always knew that I wanted to be a singer. And you know what they say when you go to college, you obviously should be studying something in the field that you want to do, the career you want
Right.
to, do. So I definitely said music. The first time I
Wow.
applied for the colleges and university, I did like admin, HR, and then I said, wait a second, what am I doing here? So I took a year off, and then yeah, I took a year off, and actually in that year off, that's when my mom and I decided to sell the CDs. Ooh,
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Wow,
right?
that's history right there. Now that's a different world right there.
Exactly. So in this year off, like I was sitting around doing nothing. My mom was like, "This is not gonna work."
Yeah.
I did a gig at a nursing home. So I was just singing some old school jazz songs for the old folks, and they were really enjoying it. And my mom, I think she enjoyed it the most because she was like, "Ooh, Moon River, ooh, the nearness of you. Like I like these jazz standards. I like it." So then she said, "Tonight you're gonna record this on my MacBook Pro." We did not know how to use GarageBand at all, but we figured it out that night. What, you want to say something?
Wait, Chelsea, are you telling me it all started on a garage MacBook Pro? That's where the whole recording all started?
Oh yeah,
A
right.
history.
Yeah.
A history.
hmm
Right there,
So
recording yourself on a MacBook Pro.
on a
My
MacBook Pro and this little USB
wow,
microphone. So
wow.
we figured it out, and that was before I even knew what a pop filter was. So my first project, some of you guys might have it. My first CD was like real ghetto, but I was proud of it. Actually, technically before that I had a Christmas EP, which some people have as well. But you know, the first promo CD that we made ourselves was
Yeah.
jazz. It had jazz standards on it, and yeah, we recorded it on our own without a pop filter on a MacBook Pro, and we were really proud of it. And we sold like 40,000 copies of so not just the jazz, but after the jazz CD, we made a reggae CD because people wanted reggae, of course.
Hmm.
People wanted gospel, so I made a gospel CD, and it's just like different cover songs of stuff I found on YouTube. Somebody said they got a CD from my mom at Gems Jerk. Hey,
That's the
thank
great
you.
Swickdan. That's the
Thank
Swickdan
you.
right there.
Hey, thank you very much, Slick Dan. I
Yeah, that's
appreciate
artist
it.
supporting artists.
That's
That's
right.
great.
It's a beautiful thing. So,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
yeah, so we just sold CDs, and then eventually people were like, where's your original stuff? We want to hear what you have to offer, because it was just cover songs, right? And
Hmm.
so then my mom wrote a couple of verses for Over You, and I
Yes.
think you played that earlier. And then
Yes, yes, yes.
I was like, but mom, it needs a chorus. So then she's like, okay, well, I'm finished writing that song. If you want a chorus, you better write one. So I was like, goodbye, tired of your lies, play with my mind. You've had your time to die. I'm so over you. All you
So,
put me through, I'll find someone new. Right. Yeah. So, mom's narrating over there. So yeah, she's like, okay, so I'm threatening to leave this person in the verses, and you're just like straight up like goodbye, toodaloo, over you. Like so,
right.
it was nice. It was the first song we ever co-wrote together, and the first song we ever released. It's our baby, and people really loved it. And you recorded it with?
Yes, yes,
And
yes,
we
yes, yes.
recorded it on my MacBook Pro.
The MacBook Pro, listen,
I'm
MacBook
like,
needs to give you an endorsement here. We're pushing
for
MacBook a
real.
lot, you know. You see, we're pushing Mac a lot. They need to give you an endorsement and sponsor Wizology show. I'm telling you.
I'm sure it's coming. I'm sure it's coming. And so I recorded that in my
Yeah,
bedroom, like straight up.
in your bedroom.
And it was number
Now,
one on multiple charts here in Canada and in the UK. And I think it
one,
was number 8
one,
in the States. So
100%. Now, it charted almost everywhere. Do you realize that it charted in the UK, America, played in Jamaica, and was charted here in Canada? And that song was made in your bedroom.
that's right. That's
There
right.
you go.
That's right. Anybody that looks at me and says, but I don't have enough money to do this, I can't do this, I can't do that. I'm like, yes, you can. You just have to do it however you can. Just put your foot in the door. I appreciate the
Yeah.
co-writing. Yes. Big up my mom on the co-writing. Love her.
Do you remember the first time you touched a major stage?
Oh, yes, because I had just finished high school.
Yes.
It was at Jamaica Day here in Toronto. That was
Okay.
the first, I think that was my first big festival. Definitely my first big festival because I've obviously
Yeah.
touched smaller stages. But my first big
Yeah.
festival in Canada, so it was Jamaica Day, and that's on YouTube. And that performance now is kind of embarrassing to me, but I'm proud of it ultimately because,
Why?
obviously
Why is it embarrassing? Why? Tell us why.
because because I sang Rihanna's "What's My Name" and I'm winding up myself. I practiced the choreography. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be Rihanna, But eventually, eventually, I figured, maybe I might bring back the dancing. I might. But
Yeah.
since then,
Yeah.
it's been mainly the vocalist portion of it. So I sang an Amy Winehouse song and I sang a Rihanna song, and you know, that's kind of like who I am as an artist when you think about it. Like I combine the jazz and the reggae and the island influence
You,
together,
you know, it's really weird and taking me aback speaking to you now because of your maturity and everything that you do on stage. And I think that when you touch stage, your flawlessness of so easily how you smoothly grace every stage. Uh, but your
Thank you.
music is so, I'm going to say it brings the reality of back of people who are our age back to the 70s and 80s and makes it so enjoyable. That's what the beauty of what Chelsea does. You bring
Thank
it
you.
back to make sure that we just enjoy everything about that era and that music, and you flow so it's so smooth. What is
Thank
it now that
you.
you move away from the fast tempo and the uppity to bring across that mellow smooth? Is that just how Chelsea wants to be seen and wants to be heard? Is that
Yeah,
the style and there's no
ultimately,
changing?
ultimately, I am a very mellow person. You see me, Wiz. I'm very chill. The only time
Hmm.
I'm hype is like when I go out. I go out dancing with my girlfriends. That's probably the only time I'm hype. But like I'm a super chill, mellow person, and that definitely comes out in my music. And I have
Yeah.
to be me ultimately, right? I can't try to be Rihanna because, been there, done that. I'm Chelsea Stewart. I'm a very mellow individual, and I like it. Like I said, I like to incorporate the jazz with the reggae, and that will ultimately be mellow music. You know?
Right. Listen, I asked, well, I won't get into that yet. Let me just tell you, I'll speak from my point of view because you can't say it. Uh, it was because of you and your mother that I saw the inside world 100 of the Junos. Finally, an artist, that I thought I play like a little smallest teeny part in your career, and just you've shown that appreciation over and over and over and over again, and you took and made me see the Junos. You all took me to the Junos, and I saw the inside in. I was like getting ready to jump up on the chair and cheer and go because I felt you had it in the bag. And I was a little bit upset at the awards ceremony for who won that award that night. But you handle it with class, you handle it with grace. But I want you to talk to the people about, Canada and the music industry. What is it about us that we are it's very difficult for us to excel, especially the great talent. It's being overlooked. What is it? Is it systematic racism? Is it what's happening?
Honestly, I was talking on a factor panel the other day about it, and it's just I think Canada doesn't know how to appreciate their own artists. Like there's sometimes Canadian artists have what was I gonna say? Like promoters put on shows where it's just Canadian artists, and if if there is not a big Jamaican artist on the show, people won't show up. We don't know how to support our own, and it's really unfortunate. I mean, fortunately for me, when I put on my own shows, I do promote them, and they do turn out well, and I'm grateful for everybody that comes out. But in terms of everybody else, it's just like people don't know how to support each other, and it's unfortunate, but I don't know. And then as for the Junos. there's I don't even know what's going on over there, but I guess they give it to whoever they feel they should give it to, and I respect that. And that's all I can really say about that.
Yeah. I understand, and I won't lead you down that path. But I've been a naysayer against the Junos for a long time, and now, thanks to you, I saw the inside of it. And I don't know every aspect of the world. I know our world in it, and I was very, very disappointed. And maybe if the Junos, somebody as a representative has enough courage, I'll invite them on Wizology show to talk to them. But I'm going to tell them the same thing. I don't think it's a well-rounded, fair basis format, and that's bad because it is epitome. But you've managed to work your way around all these awards and all these, whatever
I was very
so-called
grateful to be
things
nominated,
that
by
they
the
give
way.
out.
I just want to
Yeah,
say that was one of the goals I've always wanted to do. I didn't win, but I was nominated, and it felt like a win in itself,
it felt like
So
a win.
you and I experienced that whole Juno world together at the same time.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
that was a
yeah,
beautiful thing, and I'm very happy and grateful for it.
yeah. I'm proud of you of how you handle it, and let us the people speak for you. We'll rant and rave because you always keep it 100 professional. So but what people don't know is that you traveled, where was it? Ghana, Africa? Where
Yeah,
was it?
well,
Across.
South Africa, Botswana, Seychelles, and Mauritius.
My goodness. Tell us about that because I'm living through you right now.
Yeah, it was really fun to be able to go and share everything with people because I know I saw you guys in the stories. I was watching it and I was really happy to be able to share the experience because it was my first time. Well, this is actually a shirt by a South African designer. Hey,
There you go. Hey,
I
hey, there you
represent,
go.
Mama Africa. So it was my first time there.
Yeah.
We got invited to Moshito Music Festival in South Africa, and I was really really excited. Like the summer was kind of slow, and so to be invited to South Africa, I was really excited, and I was just like down for the ride.
How
So
was the reception? How was the people? How was the
oh,
traveling, you know?
well, first of all, let me big up. You mentioned the traveling. Let me big up Ethiopian Airlines because that airline, like we were reading some reviews and some of them are bad reviews, and I'm like, why are they dissing this company so hard? But it was probably one of the best flights we've ever been on. So if you ever go to Africa, take Ethiopian Airlines. It's our people,
Okay.
and it's a
Okay.
black-owned business, so we gotta support that. And like I said, it
Okay.
was one of the best flights I've ever been on. I felt like royalty. But anywho, so once we got there and I performed at the show, people were showing so much love. Like I could just feel it in the room. It reminds me of the time I
Yeah.
went to the UK. People have
Yeah.
a huge love and respect for music there, and in Africa, it's just like a brotherhood, a sisterhood. It's just like a family. And
Yeah.
again, a great respect for music and the art in general. So I was very happy to be there and very happy to represent Canada and Jamaica at the same time. And I just soaked up the love, and I learned from so many other artists that were out there. There's a lot of amazing talent. Obviously, that's where we got it from. So
Yeah. Yeah. And you were also a part of was it the Rotatom Splash? Were you a part of that, or was
at the
it
time,
different?
yeah, I was like
Rotatom.
one of the first Canadian females to go there. So that
Yes. Yes.
was awesome too. And that was a really cool experience too because people from all over the world came to that festival. It's one of the biggest reggae festivals in Europe. So we met
Thousands, thousands. You were,
thousands, thousands.
yes.
And
Yeah.
I actually saw
Now,
Wildfire there.
now,
He was over
now,
at the dance hall club. But it's so cool because the whole area is like different genres. Like there's a ska spot, there's a reggae dance hall spot, a reggae
uh,
spot, a dub spot. It's really cool.
listen, now your music is fresh and new out there. how were the people accepting that? And how was your vibe on stage? Because was it it wasn't a full out sing along song like I seen many do over here, but
Hmm.
how was it over there? Like, what was it to go on stage in front of thousands of people?
Do you mean in Spain or in South Africa?
it, let's talk in Spain first.
Spain? Oh, well, when I went there, I'd only had one single. They accepted me to go with just the one overused single. So that was a
Yeah,
blessing in itself, you know? The fact that they admired the music enough to invite me there. And so my mom and I had to write some more songs. We had like a whole little EP specifically for that performance, which is crazy in itself. But yeah, we were really grateful and it was a lot of fun. Um,
wow.
yeah,
What
it
what
was a showcase
what
thing.
what out of everything, what saddened you in this industry? What would be uh, looking at Chelsea, who accepts everything, flows with everything, does her best with everything, make things happen? What saddens you about this industry? Anything?
Okay, well, I could say that when I was fundraising to get there, because Lord knows they didn't pay for my airfare and all that. Um,
Yeah.
when I was fundraising to get there, I actually asked different people in the industry. I asked my friends, family, and other people in the industry, and I got like crickets, silence from people in the industry. Nobody bothered to help me represent the Canadian females in the reggae music industry, and that was kind of shameful. I was disappointed at that, but obviously we just kept it moving. We went on the road and sold CDs to get to Rotterdam, to get to Spain, and we also got a few donations from family and friends, and we're very appreciative of that. But yeah, nobody in the industry was really trying to help out, and that is shameful because it's like, 20 bucks can take you a long way. If everybody were to put in $20, that would have been amazing. But unfortunately, that's not the industry we have. Some would say that we don't have an industry in this country. So, mom and I, we've done a lot on our own, and but we're appreciative of everybody that's helped us along the way in terms of the people that buy CDs, because that's allowed me to be a full-time artist all these years.
Yeah. Going out inside, going outside the world, into the world. You've been to Africa, been to UK, performed in Jamaica. You come back to Toronto. You come back to Canada. How do you feel performing here versus the rest of the world?
It still feels like home. I still feel the love. I really enjoy performing here because I can look in the audience and see people I know, and that's always a great thing. But it's definitely more exciting when you're traveling and you're meeting new people and you're seeing new places in the world, and your talents are taking you all over the world, because that's always what I've wanted to do. I've always wanted to sing and travel the world. Those are two things I wanted to do, and I'm able to combine that with my career, and I'm very grateful for that.
Listen, I won't ask much more because I know you're busy and we got to go. But listen, let me just ask you something. You're a lady
I'm
who's
never
been
too busy
very,
to win. Stop it.
no, I got you. You're a lady who has always been supportive of radio, and radio has been very accepting of you. Like you just make every station flow. And I'm talking all radio disc jockeys, all stations. Now we've come into an era where there's a lot of artists that when they do their thing now, they feel like radio's not important. It's go on Instagram or go on just Spotify or that's it. It's you are a formidable representative of Canada. And when you talk, I think you have that right. You've paid enough dues to be able to speak and let the people know. Is radio important to DJs still or artists still, or is it a dying fad for you, in your opinion?
100%. Your question kind of got jumbled in the Wi-Fi, but I think you were asking, is radio still important to artists?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Of course. We need you. Like, people don't ever say, oh, well, okay, it happens every now and then, but I found your song on Spotify and I'm a new fan. 9 times out of 10, they're going to say, I heard you on Vibe, I heard you on G. Like, I love
Yeah.
your music. I hear it all the time on the radio and I'm such a big fan. And that never would have happened without radio. So, I don't know why any artist would think otherwise. Yes, radio is definitely very important. Even though we only have like maybe 3 or 4 stations that play our music, and by our music, obviously reggae music in this city, I'm grateful for it. And it's definitely changed the game for me, for DJs like you that play my music, and I love you for it.
Yes. Listen,
We're a
I
team.
think the radio just here's a Chelsea song and we got to get it on right away. It's just got to play immediately right away.
Thank you.
Let me ask you this: where do you want to go in this industry? You have now traveled the world, but where is it that you want to go? Where do you want to see yourself? I mean, forget it. Let's live in a good world. There's no COVID. We're traveling. Where do you want to go?
Well, I just released my album and no, I didn't just release it. It's been a while, right? And it's crazy that I had to promote. Oh, sorry about that. It's crazy that I had to promote an album during COVID. So I'm looking forward to my next album release, and I'm hoping that I'm gonna be able to promote it in the right manner. In terms of being able to actually go out and push it and perform. So in the future, I look forward to my next project. I look forward to, I noticed you said before that my music is reminiscent of the 60s and the 70s, and I really, really wanted to like represent myself in that manner because I love Motown. Oh my gosh, stop.
That's what happens when you're a star. Everybody wants you.
Okay. So yeah, I love Motown music, and I always wanted to have that come through in my sound. But a lot of people have been saying like, why don't you do younger music? Why doesn't it sound like your demographic? And for the longest time, I was like, well, I mean, my demographic, my age group, they like the trap. They like, all types of sounds, the current sounds, and I appreciate it too. But I just wanted to represent the old school. I wanted to pay homage to like people like Marcia Griffiths, Beres Hammond, Dennis Brown, all those people, and more. And big up Bunny Wailer, who passed away today, because Lord knows he put his time in the industry, and I want to be like him one day, Because the first time I met him actually was at Rototom, and he was walking around, and he looked like Jesus because all the white people were following him. Like he was walking around, and there's just a group of people just walking right behind him, and he's walking real slow, and everybody's just walking. Like it was a sight to see. So that was a really cool experience.
I know because you've met so much. You met Daddy Uroy, Bunny Wailer, some of the greats that have passed us, that are past now, and it's an honor. I mean, look, we're speaking to what I like to call you Canada's Songbird. I really think you fit that protocol. You are an emblem. I mean, we have many superstars, but for me, you are an emblem of what our music, in that part, in that genre of the reggae, of the soulful reggae, of the reggae that's supposed to reach the world. If you had it in a dictionary, we should look at your picture right then and there. I mean, it's that great. Chelsea, you don't do a lot of your songs are really solo albums. Is there a thing that are you looking to do duets soon? Are you not looking to duets? What's going to happen with that?
Yeah, I've actually recorded some duets in the past. I recorded a song in Jamaica with an artist. Should I mention the artist? Named Esau. That's my bona fide out there. Esau. You know Esau, right?
I'm not sure.
He did the song with Chronics called Perfect Tree.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah.
So I did a duet with him. and that hasn't been released yet. And when I was in South Africa, I recorded with an artist out there, and I'm really, really excited about that. I'll let you hear that later, Wiz.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
so
I don't have that. I don't have that.
I have a couple
I
of
need.
duets on the way, and I also did a duet with Blessed out here in Toronto. So that's not
Okay.
out yet. It's a remix of one of my songs, but I won't mention
All
what
right,
song.
so you heard it all here first. We got a duet coming from South Africa, duet with Issa, duet with Blessed. Listen, so things are happening. Things are happening.
So we have
Now,
worldwide collaborations.
world collaborations. Okay. Now, the financial part of this, the
Hmm.
financial part of this industry, is it not fruitful? Is it strenuous? Is it difficult? I mean, everybody who knows you knows you knows your mom, like she
Love
is
her.
the hustler,
Yeah,
but
she
the
is.
financial strain of this
It's a
is it
strain,
all
like
worth it?
ever. It's worth it because we do it for the love, not for the likes, you know. But
Yeah.
the if we ever looked at the amount of money we've spent over the years, like I've been doing this since 2011, or if not earlier than that. And yeah, if we ever looked at the amount of money we spent in this industry, just, because obviously you have to pay the musician, you have to pay the engineer, you have to pay the um studio time, everything. Like you have to pay for everything. Publicists, there's so much money that gets spent in this industry, but that's just, I mean, advertising, yeah, it's just all music videos, Lord have mercy. But yeah, it's a lot. It all adds
Yeah,
you see
it's a
it, right?
lot.
It all adds up. And so that's why, like, for the longest time, what was funding that was the people in the city. So that's why I say always, I'm forever grateful for the people that buy our CDs because they have literally been funding my career. I've been
Yeah.
crowdfunding all these years, and then eventually we partnered with Factor because we realized that, obviously we're in Canada, we have to take advantage of the grants that are available in this country to Canadian
Yes.
artists. So I got a grant from Factor, and that helped a whole lot too in terms of everything that needed to be done. But again, it's a lot of money, Wiz. It's a lot of money, and now that because of the pandemic, there aren't as many shows happening. There's like a virtual one. I don't know if you saw the one that they just did, the Bob Marley tribute to the legends
Saw
of
a
reggae.
piece of it. Yes. Yes, the
Yeah,
tribute. Yes.
that was my last virtual show, and that was performed or recorded months ago. So it's
Yeah.
really tough out here as an artist. So my mom and I had to start a new business, a fruit and vegetable delivery service. Did we
Right.
talk about that? Yeah, we
Yeah,
did.
yeah, yeah. No, we
Yeah,
didn't talk about it, but you told me. You and I know about it.
right.
Um,
It's called fruit
through,
and vegetable.
talking to your mom.
It's called fruit and vegetable. Gotta plug it.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Let them know. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I started a new business. It's called Fruit and Veg to Go. We deliver fruits and vegetables to your door, and we make healthy eating easy for you. And that has
Wow.
that has been keeping me busy in the pandemic because otherwise, I wasn't doing much. Like maybe write a song here and there. I was practicing guitar for a bit. I did a couple of
Mhm.
virtual shows, like I said, in the summertime, and just now the Bob Marley tribute. But yeah, it's you have to pivot as an artist right now.
Yeah, yeah. Do you ever get writer's block? Like, is that a thing? I don't know. So yeah,
Yeah,
you
it's
do?
definitely a thing because I'm a singer first, songwriter second. My mom is
Mhm.
a poet first, songwriter second, but she's definitely a writer first. So she
Yeah.
she writes way more than I do, and because that's just who she is. And me, I'm singing every day, in the shower,
Yeah.
in the kitchen, everywhere. Like
Yeah.
if you live with
Yeah.
me, you'd probably be annoyed, but you gotta love it. Um, so like our team, it works because we just take our talents and combine them in all aspects, in marketing and everything that we do in the studio and production. So I'm grateful that I have my mama with me, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's a
Do,
it's a beautiful thing.
does that ever present a challenge? I mean, we know it's your mom, and everybody knows who knows you. is when we see you, we see mom. If we see mom, we see you. We know
Yeah,
that.
it's
But
a feeling.
does that ever break, because you know you're also Chelsea Stewart, you also a growing beautiful young woman, you want to, you know, you're out there and you want to do what you got to do and enjoy, but is that ever, be honest, does it ever get to be a tussle, and think I want to do this, no you got to do this, I want to be here, no you got to be here, does that
Oh
ever
yeah,
come in?
definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah, mom and I argue all the time. That's just what mothers and daughters do, you know? Like we're no
yeah,
different than any other parent and child, you know? So the fact that
yeah,
we work together, sometimes that gets in the way, sometimes it helps because say we're having an argument about something personal. When the music comes in, when the business comes in, we gotta like clear it up, you know? We gotta take
mm,
care of business basically. So
yeah.
it's a blessing and well, I don't even want to say a curse because it's a blessing. It's a blessing.
It's a blessing. It's a great team still. And listen, Chelsea, I just want to thank you for, you know, doing what you do for me. And you may not know, but, you know, helping me see the Junos from, you know, a star perspective, helping me orchestrate. I mean, I had a great time. One time I was telling the light, you got to move to the left, you got to move to the right. I was the director of the show. And
Yeah,
it was
thank you
like
for that.
whatever Wiz said, when your mom said, told the engineer and the lighting guy, this is the man, whatever he says, you know, I felt like a boss. Like I
Oh,
was
you
telling the lighting guy,
were.
hey, yeah, it was wicked though. Yo, listen, we locked it down though. We locked it down to
You did.
encore.
I wish we could have been in that. I wish I could have been in that booth with you. You
Yeah,
guys
the
did
booth
a
was wicked.
great
I was
job.
like, okay, you're gonna walk to the right. You got to move to the right.
That's
Okay,
right.
flash
Go
the
with
light.
her. Go
No,
with her.
yeah, yeah. Move. Okay, dim the light there. It was wicked. I was having fun. No, light on two. Light on two. And it was, listen, you gave
You
me an
found a passion.
opportunity.
You did a great job, Wiz. You found a new
I,
passion out
I
there.
really appreciate that. It was fun. I had fun. I was like a big boss in there. Yeah, I was like, I felt like I was like, you know, I
That's
don't know. I
right.
was like
You are.
superstar. I'm directing the star right now. The star has to shine right now. So you
That's
can't
right.
mess up this. But
And
you did
teamwork makes the
absolutely
dream work,
amazing.
right?
And what people don't know, and I'll tell them because I was there, I watched from up in the booth, up in the stadium. I was watching, and the
At
place
the
was,
Junos performance,
I
yeah.
saw so much people of all ages get up and run to the stage for autographs and
Yeah,
encores and thing. And these are people that are all
great.
multi-culture, and that's
Yeah,
what was so impressed. I was shocked. I was impressed. Like I was like, wow, look at these. Like white people are just dying to meet her. Indian, Asian, every. I was like, wow, this was
yeah.
something. And
Cool.
you know, you really did something for me that made me say, okay, you know what? This is why Canada needs to invest in our talent, because we have so much talent here.
We do.
We need much more funding. We need to do something better, because this star can't be just here. And I know you enjoy everything, but watching you sign autographs and those things, like it was fabulous for me. Listen, Chelsea, I really appreciate you. I thank you. Listen, you know I love every song. Every single song you put out, I'm a fan.
Thank you.
It's all clean, radio, multicultural, so accepting, so well put together. You know, thank God that,
Thank you.
you know, you want to do what you want to do, and it's this music. So I really appreciate you. You know, I'm gonna set up a schedule to hear your mom side of things, which is the mom management side of things, and managing and the industry and how it's treated her, and how she has, you know, overcome in this industry. But you
Mhm.
are, to me, Canada's Songbird. And if there's anything that you want to leave the world with on, first of all, how to contact, how to see, how to get to you, besides meeting your mom everywhere in the city to try and get CDs and stuff, how do people reach out to you? You know, how do people get to you?
Okay, well, if they're not already following me, please follow me on Instagram at C Stewart Sings. I guess you can see it up here, right? C Stewart
Yeah.
Sings. And my email address is Chelsea Stewart Sings. And you can contact my mom via there. If you want, I do dubs, I do shows, all of that good stuff. Chelsea Stewart Sings at gmail.com. Yeah, that's
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Thanks,
Okay.
Mom. Yeah.
Just to let
So,
them know, I still haven't got my dub play yet, and I gotta be better on that. I gotta contact you every day. Yeah, it's been 3 years in the mating, so I gotta do better. I gotta get better, but we'll get there. We'll get there. And I'm the DJ. I'm the DJ. That's what I love because I'm proud. I'm proud. Like when people ask, Chelsea, I'm the DJ. They don't want to hear from me, but the DJ. I'm the DJ. But
that's
listen,
right.
Chelsea, it's been an
Officially.
honor. It's been an honor to have you here on Wizology Show. It's an honor just to know you in real life. I really appreciate what you've done in this industry and what you're going to do in this industry. I
Thank
I
you.
I hope God continues just to bless you with this amazing voice that you have and the talent that you have, and God just continues to lead you. And I'm proud, and hopefully you keep me in the camp, and we just keep going and keep going.
And thank you, Liz. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for playing my music. And thank you to all the DJs that play my music in this city and wherever they are in the world. Thank you. Like I said, it's teamwork makes the dream work. So I need you guys and just as much as you need me?
Yeah, yeah,
So thank
straight
you.
up. Listen, thank you, Chelsea. We'll see you. God bless you, and thank you for being on Wizology Show.
My pleasure, Liz.
Hey,
Bye.
can you just sing Toodaloo for us? Can you do it in the Chelsea style?
Thank you.
There it is. There it is. Chelsea Stewart.